Bonjour, bonjour mes amis, je m'appelle Olajumoke, and before you get afraid, fear not, I'm not going to go blabbing off in French. Like I said in my introduction, my name is Olajumoke. I'm a Nigerian, I live in France, and this channel is going to be about me moving to France and all the experiences I've had so far and all the steps I took to actually get here. I'm inspired to start this channel I'm inspired by friends and strangers that I've met in the course of time who have ever expressed a desire, a longing, an interest in the language or in anything that has to do with France or French. You know, not necessarily all those I've met speak French. They've always had a desire, but they never quite did anything about it. You know, I'm not, I know how it is. I've been there too. And then, this is dedicated to Francophiles, Francophones. Of course, France is all about la mode, beauté, amour, cuisine, everything. Yeah, but I know that a lot of people, have the interest, but they just quite never do anything about it. And this channel, I'll just share my own little story on how life has been afterwards living in France. To start off, a little bit about me. I said my name is Olajumoke. I'm a Nigerian, and I moved to France in 2017. I studied French in university, but the whole desire to actually learn French came from the experience I had with my mom when I was a child. She speaks German fluently, and I wanted her to teach me, but she was not really forthcoming. She was kind of busy, so that put me off, and I was like, I'm going to learn a language that this woman cannot speak. So that was how I took an interest. I picked up my dad's old French dictionnaire français I found in the house and started teaching myself words in French. I was probably teaching myself rubbish, but I spent a lot of time teaching myself words in French until eventually life circumstances actually made me go to the university to study French. That circumstance was called JAM. 80s babies, you know what I mean, JAM. Peculiar to West Africa, Nigeria, you know what JAM does and all that, So I ended up studying French, even though my heart desire then was to get a degree in international relations and then study language on the side, because I always wanted to work in an ambience, an international ambience, not necessarily, learn French, in the university. So I wanted to have a international relations degree and then also be able to speak French and some other languages as well. But like I said, JAM, I had to go to university to study French, and I did it with my whole heart. Kudos to my lecturers and professors at the university who, in spite of the lack of proper infrastructure for language learning, there was not enough at that time. They really did their best to lay the foundation that I built upon, that helped me also to continue my interest in French. And also in secondary school, even though we didn't have as much as we needed to be, but because the interest was there, I had a fantastic teacher who really dedicated herself to me, Madame Osu. This is dedicated to her too. She kept the fire alive, and here I am today. Like I said, I did study it in the university for 4 years, and I've always taught French privately and also officially as a French teacher. I was teaching French for several years before I moved to France. In fact, I can say I still teach French anyway. So I've been a French teacher, and then an opportunity came up where I was I had the opportunity to come to France on a training, as a French teacher, and that was years and years after I'd been teaching French. So I was just lucky at that time, because even before then, I always just had the desire that, Lord, I would love to go to France one day. I'm teaching French, I've never been to France and stuff like that. And then even the resources were not really there. But when this opportunity showed up, because the desire was already in my heart, when the opportunity came up, I was really, would I say aggressive? I was really serious about it. I went through the whole motions. I was lucky. I was granted the opportunity. I started planning my first trip to France. And guys, I cannot tell you, there's nothing like when you wake up in the morning and your window, your plane window is facing the sign Charles de Gaulle Airport. Guys, there's nothing like it. I was, this is like a dream come true for me, back in the day, my first trip to France. I was so happy. And that just proved to me that dreams come true. And even if you have something in your heart and you don't know how it could possibly happen, you don't have to have so much money, or resources or rich parents or anything like that. But if you just have the desire, especially for, you want to study French or you want to come to France on a visit or whatever, just keep the desire there. I think the universe and life has a way of bringing together the parts that will bring the opportunity right into your lap, so that when the opportunity shows up, you're really ready to grab it. So don't despair and don't give up. No matter your age, I don't care if you're 40, you're 50, whatever, you can still do it. It can still happen. You can still learn French. You can still do things. And so I just believe that if you have the desire and the interest in anything French or learning the language, keep it in your heart and take baby steps to maybe planning little things you can do. Like, just do your research, keep on checking. You don't need an agent, you don't need an institute or anything. You can do your research yourself, make contact, make phone calls, send emails, things like that. Even though you think you don't have the resource or you don't have what it takes, you feel that maybe it's only rich people that can plan things like that. No, it's not true. You can actually make it happen if you have the desire and you do your own little part. You'll be surprised. You just might be surprised what would fall into your lap and you see that it's happening. I can say so because it happened to me. It wasn't like anything that not that I thought it was impossible, but I was like, it's going to take a long time, it's going to take a lot of saving, it's going to take a lot of stuff. But the opportunity just came up and I was ready. So I did everything myself. I didn't use any agency to do stuff. And that was how I planned my first trip to France, and then the second, and then the third, before I now thought to myself, why don't I do something more enduring, something that will really impact my career, something that I can add to my, to my qualification, so like, why not go for a graduate program in France? And so that was what I was thinking about and planning towards, and then something happened, so that's how I got to France in 2017, and I've been there ever since. Speaking, interacting, living in France, learning the culture, learning the way of life. And I don't really want this channel to, this particular episode to be so long, because it's just for you to get to know me. You could just ask yourself why, why the desire has been in your heart, and when would you like for it to happen, to come to France or even to learn French, and then how could you marry this desire with your goal in life, your particular goal in life right now where you are? How can you marry this particular dream to it? Because there was a point I was like, well, why do I have this desire to go to France? Why? For what reason? Why am I so and it hasn't left my mind ever since. I keep on asking, oh, when is this going to happen? I was like, why don't I just force it out of my mind, and then focus on where I was teaching and working in that field, but it didn't. The idea never left me, and I found that it actually came to pass, in a way I wasn't really planning for. I just feel, let me leave you with the fact, I think you should just put it out there into the universe, and you'll be very surprised what will come back to you. There's this saying by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry, faites que le rêve dévore votre vie, afin que la vie ne dévore pas votre rêve. What that means is that let your dream consume your life, so that your life won't consume your dream. That means you dream, whatever it is you have in your heart as a dream, let it take over your whole life, so that life will not take away your dream. And I leave you with that. So to the next time, please do like, subscribe. I'm new to this, but I hope to add value to someone out there, Frenchie, lover of French. Until the next time I come on, I'll just say, if you have questions or ideas or stuff you would like me to talk about living in France, or anything you think I could help with, please do feel free to leave a comment down below. And thank you for spending your time with me today. I would say, à bientôt. À bientôt, because I'm going to see you soon. I would have said au revoir if it was like goodbye, but I'll say à bientôt. Merci. Au revoir.